Okay, so slot 1 of CAT 2023 is over. What is our overall take on slot 1? Well, the paper pattern remains the same. It's still 66 questions, 24 in verbal, 20 in DILR, and 22 in quant. No changes in terms of pattern in quant and DILR. Slight change in the VARC section. In VARC, last year we had 16 questions in RC 4 into 4 and 8 questions in verbal. That continues to be the same this time as well. However, the breakup in verbal this year is slightly different. Last year, the verbal breakup was 3 questions which were para jumbles, 3 questions which were para summary, and 2 questions which were fill in the blanks or para completion. This year, that same thing has become, it remains 8 questions, but para jumbles there are 4, 2 quintessential para jumbles in terms of finding the right order, 2 odd one out para jumbles, which is odd sentence para jumbles. So 4 of that, 2 continues to be para summary, and 2 continues to be fill in the blanks or para completion. That's the only change with respect to the paper pattern. Let's look at the overall difficulty level. VARC, what we are hearing is, and what most people are stating is, the passages, at least 3 of them were readable, easy to read, not very difficult. So you could read it in about say 3.5-4 minutes, come back to questions and try solving the questions in 4 minutes. So 3 of them could have been done in about 7-8 minutes per RC. The 4th one, slightly different, slightly more difficult words. So you could have left that alone, probably would have been better. Para jumbles, the odd one out we are hearing was doable, para completion was doable, even para summary was. In terms of Theta, only the 4 questions of para jumble, which is the odd one out, as well as the quintessential para jumbles were Theta. Rest all were MCQ questions. Overall, seems like it was similar to CAT 2022 when it comes to verbal. So probably a score of roughly around 18 to 20 should get you the sectional cutoff, or probably, so roughly about 6-7 net correct questions, I would say, should get you the sectional cutoff, for verbal, which is 80 percentile. If you're looking at Lucknow, then probably about 24-25 marks. And if you're looking at 90 percentile, closer to about 27-28, 95 closer to about 35, 99 closer to about 38-40. Looks like that as per first impressions. As more and more data comes in from y'all, we'll be able to go ahead and predict exactly what the cutoff is. I hope you're using the score calculator, which is there in the pinned comment here. Go feed in your data there, only then we'll be able to make slightly more accurate prediction. Let's move to the second section, DILR. DILR also overall not a lot of changes. There were 5 questions in each of the 4 sets. One roots and network which came in, which I think you could have sat down and tried to attempt. You could have looked at it as almost as a DI set. One question, one set on scheduling which came in, which was also possible to do, not very difficult. One question on mean median mode that came in where ranking was there. Hearing 2-3 questions were doable there out of 5. And finally a 4th set which came in, which is like a number based, or I should say algebraic set that came in. So these were the 4 sets that were there. I would say roughly if you've done, it was very similar to CAT 22. If you've done 1 set, you should easily be able to get to an 80 percentile. Doing about 6 questions net correct should be close to a 90 percentile. Doing 2 sets in totality, which means a score of roughly around 30, you should be about 97 to 98 percentile. So knocking on the door to 99. Let's move to quant. This is where, I think it's a game changer this year. Quant was slightly difficult as compared to last year. Last year also one of the slots was slightly difficult, where we see overall 99. Last year was that score of 33. There was one slot which was slightly difficult and scaling happened, where 99 was actually at a raw score of about 27-28. I think slot 1 this year is similar to that. A lot of questions in algebra and arithmetic. A lot of questions in numbers as well. 3 questions came from numbers. Palindromic numbers came in, finding out par, those sort of numbers questions came in, and algebra questions were also there. So arithmetic plus algebra was almost close to about 15-16 questions. 3 questions from numbers, 2-3 questions from geometry, and 1 from modern math. I think once again the 80 percentile mark would not be more than about 4-5 net correct. So if you're scoring roughly about 11-12 marks, you should be very close to clearing the sectional cutoff. 99 probably will be closer to about 30 rather than 33 in this slot, which means net correct of about 9-10 should get you there. For the in-depth analysis, do catch the in-depth analysis on the BYJU'S Exam Prep YouTube channel, which happened at 12:30. I hope you're going ahead and you're catching that. This is it in terms of overall first impressions of what was in store for CAT 2023 slot 1.